Time now for the 6th attempt to get the MSA British Cadet Championship final underway. We've had a lot of goes at this. Lindblad and Slater on the front row of the grid from Keeble and Dodds, Watson, McIntyre, Shaw and Kart and Harley Horton and Aidan Neaton rounding out the top 10. Several drivers outside the top 10 who could be strong. Maximus Hall, the Gladiator, Oliver Wright, the Pineapple, and then we've got a lot of rookies in this class. It should be a really interesting one as we get underway. Looks like Baldry is going to be starting from the pits. Likewise, I think that's Archie Clark, but away we go, and straight away Lindblad into the lead. Oh, and Freddie Slater goes over the grass. Now he's going to have to slot back into third position. He does, and he slots into fourth. What a start from Luke Watts. And there's a spin further back. That is William McIntyre coming together with Aidan Neat. And we got another one in there as well. Now that is Kai Bacchini, who has gone in there with the Gladiator. Maximus Hall, Kai Bacchini, the boxer.
The boxer and the Gladiator, Jake. I thought sometime during the season I may be able to use that, but I didn't think it was going to be turn 3 in the opening round. That's Neat and McIntyre coming together. McIntyre blames Neat, wasn't his fault, and that's Bacchini running into the spun Maximus Hall. Maximus Hall has already spun. You will notice Bacchini was giving him some stick, saying, what were you doing there? Well, he had nowhere to go really, he was involved in the incident. But the boxer and the Gladiator getting together early doors. That's Maxwell Dodds on the
into third straight away. What a move. Oh, and it's a little bit of a moment there as the 12 is going to run wide there. Horton has come up.
That's Bacchini's front nose cone that's gone, Jake, so he's getting a technical flag for that.
Well,
front fairing's off.
Now, Bacchini has an option here. He could come into the pits and get that front fairing back. Well, no, he can't get that front fairing back. I was going to say, we've seen a couple of drivers try their best to come back into the pits and get it repaired and then go out again so that they don't pick up a penalty. Now, that could potentially have been an issue for a couple of drivers. Kai Bacchini won't get that chance. Freddie Slater, look how close they come to clipping that front nose fairing. If everybody misses it, that's some great bit of driving for them all. Look at that, they all avoid it, do they?
I tell you what,
wow,
that's a great piece of camera work as well. The cameraman's noticed that, he's followed it round and held on it, thinking somebody's going to smash into that, and none of them did. Great driving by the kids.
Yeah, great credit. Let's not forget that these guys are aged 8 to 13, and that is happening at about 40 miles an hour. You go into that corner, you drop down a little bit in terms of speed, but you hit that with absolutely no warning at all. Your reactions are already, your eyes are already on stalks, and you're trying to make sure you've got the line lined up. There you go, the front nose fairing is removed from the circuit. Well done to the Trent Valley Kart Club marshals. They've got that off the line very nicely indeed there. Now, Charlie Rippin is on an absolute charge at the moment. He started 24th. He is now in P13. But look at these three out front. This is the battle we were expecting. Arvid Lindblad, Freddie Slater, Maxwell Dodds. This could be the championship fight between these three.
Leo Robinson is up 7 places as well, Jake, at the end of the last lap. To see where he is this time. He's down to 9th now, but he's made up, 6 places since the start, as has Bart Harrison.
Well, Brandon Carr is the man who's battling them to be the top rookie as Slater comes up the inside and is going to get the move on the inside into the bridge. Surely that's going to be done for Freddie Slater. Yes, Slater, the O player, has gone into the lead, and we've got a spin from Hadi Mamasi, the Canadian. So he spins out after the bridge. So he is, oh, look how frustrated he is.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I like, you know what? I like to see that. He's frustrated. He's furious, but he's got to get his head right now. He's got to keep going and trying to mass as many points as he can. People can get front fairing penalties. You can't just give up at this stage. You've got to keep going.
Hadi Noah Mamasi, the Canadian, learning about Super 1 the hard way as he gets himself back up to speed, but he's in the mix with the likes of the Mexican Ian Aguilera and the Brit Archie Clark for Fusion Motorsport. Now, interestingly, these three, Lindblad, Slater and Dodds, have got company. Luke Watts is right in there in the 10, and he is giving them some hassle. Freddie Slater running very deep into the Mike Wilson complex. Is there a chance that this one could go all the way?
Archie Clark had to start from the pits, Jake, but he should have these sort of conditions in his DNA, because his grandfather, of course, was that famous rally driver. John Hoyle calls him John Clark. I call him Roger Clark.
Roger Clark. Oh, it's raining heavily now. Look at this. The rain is properly coming down now. That's about the hardest it has fallen all weekend. And Max Dodds is using this to his advantage up on the inside of Arvid Lindblad. And Max Dodds gets into second place. Brilliant stuff. I know that his father Ollie is rooting for him big guns. He was a little disappointed at the end of the first race earlier on because he started himself in 4th place on the grid. But look, Max Dodds is an absolute superstar, and he's always good at bringing himself out of adversity. He could win this.
Yeah, when I was doing my Once to Watch feature online last week, I had to make a decision on who I thought was going to be the championship favourite. It was between the 3 that are actually out front. I was close to going with Slater, but I thought, you know what, Maxwell Dodds' experience, as Slater runs wide out of the S's, I thought Maxwell Dodds' experience, he's been in Super 1 for longer. This, I think, will be his last year as a cadet. I just thought that would edge it this year, but listen, Freddie Senior Slater will be trying to prove me wrong, as will Arvid Lindblad. That's a great move as well.
That's Ashton Hodgson making the move there on Charlie Rippin as they battle away. Vinnie Phillips and Aidan Neat in that mix as well. Great talent all the way through this field, including a few club champions and national champions as well. Let's not forget that we've got the Birrelot UK champion on this grid. Ella Stevens is in the mix as well. She's down there at about 23rd, 24th. You've really got to come to battle in this championship, and she's learning the hard way. Sam Shaw, he is having an absolute cracker of a race, up to 5th position as he battles away with Harley Horton. Sam Shaw started in 7th place. He's now in P5. Sam Shaw's an outside bet for this championship if things go his way from meeting to meeting, and he's going to have to work incredibly hard to get there. Meanwhile, this is the battle up front. Freddie Slater was leading. It's now Max Dodds. Max Dodds has taken the lead, but he's going to have to fight his way to hold on to it, as in there the O-plate of Freddie Slater is trying to come back at him, but he's got Arvid Lindblad to help him along.
And in 4th place, Luke Watts just off the pace here. He'll hope that these 3 keep battling, because he needs to make up that 6 or 7 kart lengths. And if they keep battling, he'll certainly do that. Slater runs a curb. Maxwell Dodds didn't. That's an interesting difference in lines there. Let's see as they come through the left-hander. Are these cadets going to be running the curbs as we saw the seniors earlier on? Yes, they are.
That's really interesting, because these are the lightest karts in the paddock, don't forget, but these guys feel they've got the grip and the confidence to run the curbs, even in the wet, and it is raining hard now, so these guys are going to have to be very much on their A game. Look at Slater, he's lining up a move on Dodds. He might go with him on the exit. Here he comes. It's a late move from Slater, but that's going to be absolutely fine and dandy, and Lindblad's going to get through as well, is he? No, Dodds shuts the door just in the nick of time. He comes back on the inside at 5. Beautiful move from Dodds, not phased by losing the lead, straight back in front, boom!
Oh, and here we go again. Freddie Senior Slater up the inside, and
Lindblad's
goes with him.
him.
I tell you what, Jake, we don't often see this in cadet racing. We often see them just pushing each other along.
Lindblad goes for
the lead.
Lindblad up the inside, and Dodds is going to go with him. Freddie Slater back down to 3rd. This is amazing. It's like a championship final, and this is only the first race of the season. Dodds now on the left-hander. That is an incredibly brave move. God, dearie me, Max Dodds rolling up his sleeves and coming to work. That is brilliant.
We don't see this in cadet racing. If you've watched cadet racing over the years, guys, we would normally see these 3 at the front, and Luke Watts is now joining it, make it 4. We just see them pushing each other away until the last sort of 3 or 4 laps. They might start battling. These 3 at the front, none of that.
Oh,
they want the lead.
My word, these guys absolutely on their A game. Every punch is blocked, every counter move is defended, and every single overtaking move is seized. This is great stuff. Dodds, Lindblad and Slater. Here we go again. Slater up the inside, up towards turn 4. Has to back out of it. In through the left, down through the right-hander at 5, and Slater's lining up Lindblad for another move to come through. Max Dodds driving a great race out front, but now Slater wipes his visor with a lot of gusto. Lindblad's coming at him. Dodds moves across those. That's the essential couple of inches to move across to stop Lindblad coming through on the inside. That was not defensive driving to the inside, holding the line. That was just a little reminder, if you're going to go for it, you better bring the best overtaking move you've got up your sleeve.
The cheeky man Arvid Lindblad there in 2nd place. He's not won the green screen award this year for cheekiest green screen.
It's got to go to Kai Bacchini, hasn't it?
I think it is Bacchini.
Here comes Lindblad on the inside though, and that's going to open the door for Slater as well. They rub wheels. Slater's through on the inside in a 2nd.
This is fantastic. Fantastic racing from these young kids in the cadet class. We don't often see it, as we said before. We normally just see them pushing each other away. and it'll be boring until the last 3 or 4 laps. None of this. Now, who's in 5th place? It's still Sam Shaw. It is
Here
Sam
comes
Shaw.
Slater up the inside again, and he's going to dive for the move. Beautifully done into turn 1. That is a very brave move in a Cadet.
William McIntyre, by the way, Jake's moved into 6th place. He's deposed Harley Horton, who was in 6th.
I'm
Sam
sorry.
Shaw still in 5th. Brandon Carr there in 8th. Harley Keeble in 9th. Harry Burgoyne Jr. is up into the top 10, made up 1 place, started P11. Leo Robinson's made up 4, and down further down the field we had Eddie Robinson, who had made up 10. He's now made up 8. He's in 22nd place currently.
That is an astonishing comeback drive from William McIntyre. Let's not forget, he was involved in that little incident at the start on turn 3 as Dodds dives down the inside. Here comes Lindblad. They are going to run very close off the racetrack. Slater just about hangs on. Rubs wheels again with Lindblad. He's got no room as he goes onto the grass. Somehow he keeps the cart on the straight and narrow, and his race can continue as he battles away. He checks behind him. Is he going to get support from Luke Watts? Freddie Slater has absolutely marched on. That was such a vital save. Any other driver getting 2 wheels onto the grass that far across the white line would have chucked it to the scene of the accident. Not Freddie Slater.
Race of the weekend, just 1:25 on the clock to go. So what have we got? 2, maybe 3. I think there's 2 laps
I'd
remaining.
say 2 laps to go.
Just about.
2 to go, because we're doing 1:19s at the moment. So they came across the line with 1:17 in hand. I think this is the penultimate lap, but any one of these 4 could win this. Absolutely amazing. Slater again is going to get a better run on the inside. Can he get there? No. Lindblad shuts the door. Dodds holds it through 4 onto the inside of 5. The rain is getting much, much heavier now, so it's going to have to be a brave, bold move to go up into the lead. A mistake is costly at this stage.
McIntyre into 5th, Jake, as well.
Position
Great
from
drive
McIntyre.
by William McIntyre to get up into 5th. Shaw is
How
down
has
to
he
6th.
done that?
Harley
McIntyre.
Horton started P9, he's in 7th. Then Brandon Carr started P8, he's in 8th.
Yeah,
And
there
Harley
is-
Keeble has lost places.
And
Then
up the
Burgoyne
inside,
Jr.
Lindblad goes for the lead on Dodds. Beautiful move again. Lindblad takes the lead, but look back. There is McIntyre. If you just see him, there he is. How on earth has William McIntyre got himself into P5, being facing the wrong way through turn 3 on lap 1? That is astonishing from McIntyre.
I've been filming karting.
Oh, look at Dodds! Look at that move!
Yeah.
Cheeky little overtake there from Dodds. Beautiful, and Slater's going to get past as
move.
well.
Oh, great move by Slater. I just about to say I've been filming karting since 2003. I think this is the best cadet race I have ever seen. Absolutely brilliant. They come to the line. It is the last lap, Jake, as they go across the line this time.
Couldn't agree more. Last lap. This is already the best cadet race I have ever seen, and we are still going at it. Dodds hanging on in there for dear life. Will McIntyre, the fastest lap of the race? I'm not surprised. Look at that. Lindblad dives down the inside of Slater, and it looks as though Watts is going to go with him into 3rd position. Good move from Watts. Ever the opportunist. He slots himself in there. Slater still P4. Dodds defends like crazy. He's got to now. There's no other way of coming around this. Slater's going to go the far side to get past Watts. Lindblad's going to go round the long way. Watts could get into 2nd place here. He is in 2nd place. Watts is going to come alongside Dodds for the lead. Slater's going to mug them all. I don't believe it. Slater on the far side. Who's going to get to the braking zone first? Dodds goes with Lindblad. Slater cuts back. Support from Watts. That is beautiful. And Slater's into 2nd place. Watts is covered by Lindblad. McIntyre's catching them like crazy. This is brilliant. It could still go anybody's way. Dodds in the lead from Slater, Lindblad, Watts and McIntyre. Shaw's having to cover off Horton. And on the inside, Slater over the curbs. He rubs wheels with Dodds. They fight to the scene of the race. Oh, brilliant in a Mike Wilson complex. Slater's got it. Absolutely amazing. The O-plate. Freddie, see you later, Slater. Absolutely amazing in the final turn. Victorious. The first race of the season has been the best cadet final I have ever seen. All of them covered by just a whisker over a second. Slater from Dodds, Lindblad, Watts, McIntyre. That is the best cadet race I have ever seen in Super 1. I have ever seen on the planet in the entire 20 years I've been watching karting. Slater from Dodds, Lindblad, McIntyre and Shaw. Horton in 6th position. Carr, Keeble, Burgoyne Jr. and Neat following a penalty for Watts. What a shame for him, but Slater victorious. Well, Freddie, what a fantastic fight back after going off on the grass at the first corner. That must have been pretty hairy.
Yeah, it was a little bit hard, but we just kept calm, and then at the end of the race, we just got close, and we did 2nd, and then, no, did 3rd, sorry, and got into 2nd, and then at the 90 right, he missed the curb, and we went up the inside, and that was a race win for us.
It's fantastic to see all three of you battling through the season. Where do you think you can beat them over the course of the year?
All round.
Everywhere?
Yeah.
So this is a championship fight and it starts here.
Yeah.
Good man. Thanks, Freddie.
Thank you.
I'm going to put it out there. I believe in all my years of filming that is the greatest cadet kart race in history. Lindblad goes out of round one, tied for the championship lead with Freddie Slater. Dodds in third, McIntyre and Keeble round out the top five. Coming up in Part 8, Senior Rotax has got a lot to live up to.